Hi, Dr. Bryant. I just wanted to first off start off by saying what a pleasure this has been, this class. It's definitely been a learning experience for me, and I've enjoyed the assignments. This one in particular, this session 5 web assignment, was really kind of fun and entertaining as I went along the way. As I was researching different ads, I came across automobile manufacturers to weight loss to hair growth to every imaginable thing out there, and I probably had more of a problem narrowing it down to something that I really wanted to discuss on a web or on a camera here. But the one that I chose was interesting. I just recently I bought my wife a phone, an iPhone 5, and I bought it for her anniversary. And since that time, we found that that the iPhone 5 comes with Siri, which is a voice-activated. You probably know way more about this than I do, but we were just introduced to Siri recently, and basically the iPhone 5, you can ask Siri any question and she'll give you an answer. It may or may not be the answer that you're looking for, but it is sure something that has been a lot of fun for my wife and I. My wife asked her last night if she would be her best friend, and Siri replied with, "You have always been my best friend." So it's been something very comical. So yesterday when I was researching this project, I came across a lawsuit filed against Apple, in which a New York man, Frank Fazio, in a class action suit with the U.S. District Court in San Jose, California, claims that the marketing efforts of Apple is primarily differentiating the iPhone 4S from the earlier iPhone models with the addition of its new voice-activated digital assistant, which is Siri. The suit alleges that Siri doesn't come close to performing the functions as well or as consistently as Apple advertises it doing. He goes on to say that, in his own words, for example, in many of Apple's television advertisements, individuals are shown using Siri to make appointments, find restaurants, and even learn the guitar chords to classic rock songs or how to tie a tie. In the commercials, all of these tasks are done with ease and with the assistance of the iPhone 4S Siri feature. A represented functionality contrary to the actual operating results and performance of Siri. And I can't help but kind of laugh at this and the fact that everything that we've looked for Siri to do, it has happened, and I can't help but believe that we're in such a lawsuit happy society today that people are just trying to figure out a way to make money, and this to me is a blatant case of somebody trying to make money off of something that was an added feature that Apple put on their phones, not only to, of course, to sell the new phone, but I would say that they go on to say that there is some 33 million iPhone 5s out there, and that all of these people, are claiming that all these people were misled. So that brings me to the topic in regard to Commissioner Sterrick's speech about the myths and half-truths of deceptive advertising, and just a couple of things that stood out to me. On myth number 2, if your product has some benefits, your ads won't be challenged. Well, obviously, for me and my wife, the benefits of Siri are great. They're not only entertaining but very helpful, and we use it a lot to find restaurants and gas stations and different things like that. And so this myth that they won't be challenged is obviously, by this case, definitely something that came about. So in myth number 3, testimonials are substantiation, or the Elvis used it and loved it myth. That's obviously another case here where there's, of the 33 million people thus far, I would say probably 99% of them are pretty happy with the iPhone 5 and of course with Siri. So, and they're still being questioned. The fourth one, myth 4, so long as endorsers really use the product and really like it, you can safely use their endorsements. They've used the endorsements of many people, and obviously they're being sued over false advertising, misleading advertising, and it's just amazing to me. So that about kind of sums up that case. I'm interested to see kind of what happens. It's a recent lawsuit. It shows on here March 7th, I believe it came, and so we'll see what happens through this. But I guess back to my point of just the society we live in, I think that it's a shame that we've got so many people that are just trying to sue people for any reason and just trying to make a buck somewhere in this frivolous lawsuit. I'm sure that the Federal Trade Commission is going to have to really tighten their screws to try to sift through and filter out these type of lawsuits where they're unsubstantiated and by people that are really trying to outmake a buck. So I guess that just about sums it up. I thank you so much for everything, for your comments on the papers and the time that it takes you to grade everything. I can't even imagine teaching a class like this, but I truly appreciate it, and thank you for everything you've done, and I look forward to meeting you. Thank you, Dr. Bryant.